Hey guys, big ol' welcome back to the channel. You haven't seen this in a little while. It's our 1984 Chevy Corvette C4. It's got a 350 in it. A little recap is, ever since we got it, it was supposed to just be a bad fuel pump and good to go. But put a new fuel pump in, it runs rough, has smoke out the back, doesn't shift until you get to really high RPM. So we've made a couple videos messing around with it, doing some burnouts and working on some stuff, but really we haven't gotten anywhere. So I think what one of our problems is with the exhaust having some oil in the smoke and it running rough is actually the injectors. So today we're going to be taking the injectors out and looking at those, seeing if we can't clean them up at all. And then also we're going to be looking to see if we can find the shift cable. And at the end of the video we're going to have a little surprise for you, a little bit of a montage. So hope to see you guys there. And let's get on with it. So bear with me. This is going to be the first video that I'm trying to use a microphone so you guys can actually hear me when I'm all this distance away from you. But first thing we're going to do is pop this hood open and take a look at the injectors and the fuel injection system and see if we can locate the shift cable that's making us shift at such high RPMs. So first things first, we're going to pop this open, see what we're working with today. It's a nice, kind of sunny 50-degree day here in Pennsylvania. All right, so the first thing we're going to do now, we're going to pull off this air intake and we're going to take apart the injectors. And then we're going to soak them in some brake cleaner for a couple hours, possibly overnight. And we're going to take a look at the jets and see what we're working with on that. We're also going to look for the throttle cable, so we can see if we can adjust that to get the shift points a little lower so this thing shifts. Alright, so we got the throttle bodies pretty much exposed now. Hasn't been started in a little while, so we're going to try to see if it'll start up for us real quick. Starts right up, but still running rough. And it's definitely because of those injectors. So we're going to pull those off and get them cleaned up. See what we can do. Alright guys, so through some trials and tribulations, we've managed to pull off the injectors. Had to cut one of the fuel lines because there was some sort of weird threaded thread in there and didn't want to come out. So we're going to have to reflange that fuel line. But next thing we're going to do is pull off the actual throttle bodies so that we can cut those cleaned up as well. Alright, so we've gone ahead and disconnected everything. The throttle bodies are now ready to come out. But I just wanted to look at these cables here real quick. I'm going to be honest, this is probably going to be a two-part video because I'm going to have to order some parts, including some gaskets and anything else that I think might have been messed up, such as this fuel line that's going to need to be reflanged and the fuel line that goes between these two. So until then, tell me, I'm looking for the transmission cable so that I can adjust that so that the shift point is lower so that this thing shifts, because I'm thinking that might be the problem. So this one I know is from the pedal, that's the throttle, and this one, not too sure, that might be like a vacuum booster cable, I'm not sure yet. But I'm thinking this is the transmission cable. Gotta do a little bit of research and see if I can't figure out how to adjust that. Drop in the comments, tell me if this cable right here is the transmission cable or the CV cable. And in the next video of part 2 of this, we're going to be adjusting that. So let me know. Alright, so we pulled off that cable, pulled these cables off, got their little clips hiding, and these are ready to come on out. So there you have it. There's the top of the intake. My question for you guys is also, instead of trying to figure out this throttle body injection, should I just convert it to be carbureted? What do you think? Drop that in the comments below. Also, for those of you who have been following this Corvette series, the reason I haven't pulled this motor out yet is because I refuse to believe that it's actually bad rings or bearings that are causing the smoke in the oil. I think it's just a major fuel issue that's going on, so that's why we're doing this right now. And so yeah. Alright, it is 2 days later, and as you can see, we have the throttle bodies part and the injectors. We also have this intermediate fuel line that connects the two, which got destroyed in the process of being removed, so we're going to get another one of those. But basically, the next step of this video is we're going to take all this stuff apart and see what we need to rebuild it. There's going to be a part 2 to this video. That'll probably be not next weekend, but the weekend after, once all the parts have arrived. And hopefully in that video, this thing is going to be running good, not going to have any smoke in the exhaust, and we'll be shifting because we'll have rebuilt this stuff, so it should be running good, and we'll have adjusted the TV cable so that the shifts are shifting at a lower point. So without further ado, let's get these apart and get on with our lives. Alright, so we managed to pull apart the injector bodies here and the fuel pressure regulators. The diaphragms on them seem kind of old, not too bad. This is the main, it's kind of rusted. The fuel, if you've been following the series from the beginning, you saw that in the fuel tank there was a bunch of rusty, bad gas in it, possibly water. So I'm assuming that was probably sitting in the fuel lines and fuel system as well. So Like I said, we got these pulled apart. We're gonna drop these in some brake clean overnight. Still got to pull these injectors out, and we got this pretty much all pulled apart. We're just gonna drop this in whole because it's nothing really that'll be messed up. We got scrapes on the gasket off still. But that's gonna be the next video. We did pull off that throttle position sensor, so this stuff's ready to be dropped in. Things we're gonna order to rebuild this is gonna be the gasket kit and the diaphragms for the regulators. We've got to get a gasket set for the throttle bodies here, and the injector gaskets. So that's going to be in the next video. We're going to be ordering some stuff. We're going to be cleaning these, putting them back together, and seeing how the car runs. We're going to be adjusting the TV cable with that as well. So that's going to end off today's video. We do have a little bit of an epic montage here at the ending for you. So we'll see you there. I know I said we were done talking about working on this stuff for today. Here's some bonus footage for you. I don't know if you can really see in there too well, but we pulled the injectors out. They are disgusting. So that could be a big problem. So yeah, next week we're going to get that cleaned up, put some new ones in, and she'll be fresh and hopefully good to go. Thanks for joining us for this week's video, guys. You'll be seeing this again in not next weekend, but the next week after that, so 2 weeks. Next weekend, we're going to be working on that boat that we got in the last video. Got a couple things to do with that, and we're going to see if we can get that running. So, hope to see you there. Take care. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later.